Michael Maguire's fury, star player refuses to train. The West Tigers war. Imagine the thunderous silence descending over Concord Oval during a sweltering preseason session, where the roar of a demanding coach clashes with the defiant stand of a star player who simply stops, refusing to run another lap, his body language screaming exhaustion and frustration amid a club teetering on the edge of chaos. In the turbulent rebuild of the West Tigers, whispers of a high-profile player's refusal to fully commit to training under intense scrutiny have ignited Michael Maguire's legendary fury, exposing deep fractures in a team desperate for unity. My thesis is bold and heartfelt. The explosive confrontation stemming from a Stars training standoff with Michael Maguire reveals the raw human cost of pushing limits in a struggling club. Yet it ultimately forged the resilience that defines great teams. Proving that conflict, when channeled with honesty, can spark the fire needed for redemption and renewal. The early 2020s marked a period of upheaval for the West's Tigers, a proud joint venture club haunted by years without finals football, their passionate fan base yearning for the glory days of old. Concord's training fields, bathed in the harsh Sydney sun, became arenas of relentless grind under Maguire's iron-fisted regime, a coach renowned for his no-compromise approach to discipline and preparation. As Maguire took the reins in 2019, hopes soared. He was the man who ended South Sydney's 43-year drought, a tactician with fire in his belly. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Sport Talk content. But the Tigers' reality was harsher. Inconsistent performances, injuries, and off-field distractions tested the squad's mettle, with Maguire's demanding standards clashing against a roster still finding its identity. The club, rooted in the fierce heritage of Western Sydney and Balmain, carried the weight of expectation from generations of loyal supporters who filled Concord Oval with black, white, and orange fervor, dreaming of a return to prominence. The turning point erupted during a grueling preseason camp, where fatigue and frustration boiled over. One of the team's key players, a star backbone of the side, paused mid-drill, voicing concerns over the intensity that left bodies broken and spirits strained, refusing to continue in a moment that stunned teammates and staff alike. Crowd reactions from leaked whispers spread like wildfire through fan forums and social media, supporters divided, some praising the player's courage to speak up, others decrying it as a lack of commitment in a club fighting for survival. In the heated exchange that followed, Maguire's fury was palpable, his voice echoing across the paddock as he demanded accountability. This is what it takes to win. No shortcuts, a private confrontation that laid bare the coach's unyielding belief in hardship as the path to triumph. The symbolic moment crystallized when the player, facing Maguire's intense gaze, stood firm yet respectful, explaining the toll on mental and physical health, the air thick with tension, teammates watching in silent solidarity, knowing this war could define their season. The aftermath unfolded dramatically. Media outlets pounced on the training revolt, headlines fueling debates on coaching styles in modern rugby league, while the club circled wagons to protect their own. Social media timelines exploded with fan outrage and support, hashtags trending as past players weighed in on the brutal demands of elite sport, adding historical layers to a club long plagued by internal strife. Cultural context deepened the narrative. The Tigers' joint venture history, blending Balmain's inner-city grit with Western suburbs' heartland passion, had always bred resilience. But Maguire's methods echoed the tough love era that built legends yet broke others. Fan reactions evolved from shock to reflection, supporters organizing rallies for unity, acknowledging that such boilovers, though painful, often precede breakthroughs in teams on the cusp. This clash illuminates humanity's core in competitive sport, the friction between a coach's vision and players' limits, where fury meets vulnerability, reminding us that growth demands confronting discomfort head-on. It speaks to sportsmanship's essence, respect forged in adversity, where refusing to train isn't rebellion, but a call for balance, urging empathy in an industry that glorifies grind. Reflecting deeper, it exposes the isolation of leadership, Maguire carrying the burden of turnaround, players navigating expectations that weigh heavier than any tackle. Yet, inspiration emerged from the resolution, the confrontation sparking honest dialogues that strengthened bonds, turning potential fracture into fortified resolve. The episode affirms character built through conflict, valuing communication as the bridge over fury's divide. Ultimately, it invites us to see wars within teams as catalysts for peace, fostering cultures where passion thrives without burning out the soul. In the player's own words later, it wasn't about quitting, it was about being heard. We all want the same thing, to win for this club. He reflected humbly. Madge pushes because he cares. That day was tough, but it made us closer. Adding perspective, we've all got limits, but talking it out showed we're in this together. The Star concluded thoughtfully. Those hard moments built the trust that got us through the season. This internal war, marked by Maguire's fury and a Star's stand, etched the West Tigers' legacy in perseverance, a chapter of honest reckoning that paved the way for unity. It reminds us that beyond the training cones, emotion and understanding drive true progress, inspiring clubs everywhere to embrace conflict as a step toward harmony. In the end, Michael Maguire and his Tigers teach that fury tempered with heart forges unbreakable teams, leaving a heritage of resilience that echoes through rugby league's toughest battles.